Hey YouTube, Scrape Crawler here with the chainsaw winch update. Obviously I didn't do one while I was building it. I did go ahead and totally finish it up. I do have a lot of good info. If you guys saw my other video, I have used this a little bit. There's some issues with these that I didn't see coming. So stick around and I'll go over them with you. So first things first, not a huge issue, but I thought with this being put this hook on the back, that with it being feeding itself, that you wouldn't need a fair lead, because if it's pulling here, it's just going to pull, just like this. It pulls the thing to line up. But what it likes to do is it runs this line right over here on the edge, and it'll actually kind of feed about like that and ball up on one side. So I need to put a little, probably not like an actual roller fair lead, because it's not putting that much pressure on it. I mean, I just use a stick and push over to get it to start walking back the other way. But probably just do a little loop of steel to keep it more lined up in the middle. So the more major issue that I have with it is, so it works great. You start it up. If anything, my gearing's a fuzz slow, except for maybe pulling real big stuff, which you'll have to go back in the other video to see what the gearing is. I kind of forget. I think this was a 30 to a 32, so a tiny bit of reduction. And then I believe this was maybe a 15 or an 18 to a 28 or something like that. For skidding logs, which is what I use it for more or less, especially like, I don't know, average firewood type logs, not huge logs, it's geared down too much. The motor's just free revving like crazy, lines coming in, but I mean, it's I don't know, not super fast, and screaming chainsaw is just kind of annoying. It does work good though. The problem is once you have it winched in, you can't put this in neutral, or you can't kick it out of gear with the load on it, which I knew, but I thought I took out the internal brake on this winch. It's right in here on the back side of the motor. It's a little spring, and it has like a thing that when it goes backwards, it pushes out and spring loads against it. But even though that's the case, and let's see, you can't, there's so much reduction in here. I think it's 136 to 1, just right in these, or not here, but the planetary gears over here. There's 3-stage planetary, and there's just too much reduction. Even, when you got this line pulled out and you're jumping up and down on it, you can get it to backspin some, but not a lot. I do have this nut here because I thought that might be an issue. So what I do is I take a cordless drill and just keep a nut on it, and you have to sit there and run it backwards until it disengages this. But it's a pain in the ass, to be honest. And I wasn't expecting that. So the first time I did it, this literally was stuck in the woods because I was winching a big log, and I couldn't get it loose enough to get it loose. I had to go back to the house, and I got just a ratchet, and I was sitting here forever with the freaking ratchet until I drove this backwards enough. I mean, you can do it with your finger too, but it's harder when it's got a load on it. It loads up the bearings in here, these are actually bushings, so it's hard with your thumb. It's not, I mean, you can do it, but it's not very fun. Especially it doesn't get hot, but it gets kind of warm. Yeah, so other than that, it works pretty good. There's a bearing here, here, and here. This is welded to the frame. If you flip it over, you can see that you can't really see. So there's a tiny, like a bar, and that bolts. Maybe you can see it. See it right there. So right in there, I made a little, basically like the bar, and then I just welded it to this. It is slotted, so you can loosen those up. And I also made it back here. I made this plate, and then this is slotted. Made a sandwich plate for the bottom too, but this yellow bar is slotted. So you loosen up this, loosen up this, loosen up this, loosen up this, and then you slide the saw backwards, and that's how you set your chain looseness and tightness, tension, I guess, or slack, or whatever you want to call it, for this one. And then on this one, the winch mount, same thing, is just slotted. I don't know why my thing's being so hard to see, sorry. But yeah, you can see how they're slotted. And then the winch just slides forward and backwards. I'll zoom in, that's why. So, yeah, that's the update with the winch. I'll try to do a better one at some point. I'm going to make a quick release for back here that will release under tension out of a pair of vice grips, I think. Once I make that, I'll make another video. I'll actually take this thing out in the woods. We'll winch some logs with it so you can kind of see what it can do, the speed and all that good stuff. But this will have to do for now. Thanks for watching. If this vid was a help to you, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment with any questions. I'll try to get back to them as best I can. Thanks for watching. Bye.